Hello everybody and welcome back to the Jordan Marine Organics YouTube channel. I'm Bruce, that's a house sparrow, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a 2-bin composting system, which I have 2 bays. I'm going to have one here and one on this side of the separating wall. What I'm going to do is these pallets that you see in the back here are actually screwed together. I didn't want to make this fence part of the bin system. So those 2 pallets are the back. They're screwed together. I'm going to then screw each wall into this back wall of pallets. Now these pallets are reclaimed. I got them from work. What I'm going to end up doing is just like here, I put a layer of cardboard down to kill all the grass and everything that's down there, weeds. Neighbor has ivy in his backyard, and that ivy continues to just spread everywhere. I rip it up, it just continues to spread. I'm going to have to find, unfortunately, I don't like spraying stuff, but I'm going to have to get some sort of treatment on the ivy. Anyways, I'm going to line the walls, the pallets, with cardboard as well. The cardboard will break down. It will also add to the compost, but I also want to help prevent some of the compost from falling through the gaps in the pallets. I'll have to obviously add more cardboard as it deteriorates, but I'm fine with that. It's going to be a real quick video. There's not much to it. I kind of got it set up so you'll kind of see right now how it's going to look. And the main reason I'm doing this, I have the tumblers already. I have 2 compost tumblers. I just cannot produce enough compost in those to support the raised beds, my planting pots. I need a bigger, better way of doing it, and I figure I see a lot of other people that have this bin system, and I'm going to try it myself. I'm going to see if I can produce enough compost, at least for next year, to help with the raised beds, adding the amendments of compost to the raised beds and my planting pots, so I don't have to go out and purchase it. I can make it myself. I'm all about saving money. We produce enough kitchen scraps where I can support this kind of setup, I believe. We'll have to wait and see, but that's my main goal. We'll see if it works. And if you guys happen to have this kind of system too, or another way of creating compost to support your growing needs, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you're doing. I'm willing to try other things as well. This is what I came up with from seeing what other people do. I'm interested in seeing what you do as well. So what I'm doing is I'm just using some long decking screws to secure the pallets to one another. All right. So we already have 1 bay already assembled. Not bad. I'll end up putting like some sort of front door here, low, rising, so Emlyn don't get in there and eat all the kitchen scraps, because she will. Our 2-bin compost system. So what I'll probably end up doing is I will take pieces of the same kind of cardboard. I will, since it's going to degrade, I'm not going to get fancy with it. I'll put it up here and I'll just shoot a couple staples in it just to keep it against the wall and to keep the compost from, hey, jumping through. This will go well with my tumblers that I'm still planning on using. By the way, under here is compost I had to buy. So I still have some left, obviously, tarped it up. This is from earlier this spring that I had to add to the raised beds when I was amending the soil for those. And this is what I want to avoid. I do not want to buy compost from somebody, the landscape company. I want to do that. I want to make it myself. I want to know what's in there. You know, I sift everything. If you buy bags of stuff, bags of potting soil, bags of compost, whatever you buy in bags at the stores, or this kind of stuff that you buy in bulk from a landscaping company, sift it. You'll find glass, you will find plastic, you will find crazy stuff in there. Get yourself a sifter, sift it out before you put it in anything you're planning on growing food that you're going to eat. Just do it. You'll be amazed. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it is, right? You'll be sickened and amazed at the same time. All right, everybody, I am going to go ahead and actually do the cardboard stapling today. Why put it off for another day, right? I also did go through, I put more screws going further down on these pallets. Let's face it, Jordan Marie's a 2-year-old. She's gonna eventually start climbing on this and pushing, and just having screws at the top, no, it's not smart. They're still gonna fall and she could possibly get hurt. So I went through and I secured with screws going in, down on each wall to the back. They'll still be a little, obviously, wobbly up here. There's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing to secure them up here. The temporary doors will help. But anyways, so I did want to let you know that. I was smarter about it. I added some more screws. I'm going to go ahead and briefly just show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to literally put cardboard on the walls and staple it. That's all I'm going to do. That's, again, to make sure the compost that I put here, and I'm flipping it to rotate it and aerate it and all that stuff, it doesn't start going flinging through the slats and out of the base. Really simple process. I'll film it for you, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. So I'm just hitting a staple in each one of the up and down slats, okay? So I don't know if you got, so here. So the car, I'm putting one here, I'm putting one here, I'm putting one, you know, all the way down the line, just so you guys know. I mean, that's literally it. All I need to do is hold it from falling in. I'm not worried about this down here. As it gets wet, it's gonna, you know, kind of fold in on itself, and it's cardboard. It's a paper product. But down here, I'm not too worried about it. When I start putting compost in here, it's gonna fall against and hold it. It's just from up here, I don't want it getting all falling down. I'll do the same thing over here and the same thing on the wall over here. The reason why we're making 2 bays is because I'm gonna build up a compost pile here, and as it grows, you don't wanna keep throwing stuff on it, right? So once it reaches its height that I want, I'm gonna stop adding kitchen scraps and what have you to it, and I'm just gonna flip it over, aerate it, you know, get the air in there and help out the bacteria as it's breaking down. While I'm not adding anything to this one, I start a new one in the other bin. So that's why I'm building 2, just in case you were wondering. Now, all the things I'm gonna do here, or I plan to do here, is done. I'm just going to go ahead and cut the overhang of the cardboard up here so it kind of is more flush with the pallets. And then that's it. All right, bin 1 done. So as you see, I am in the completed bin number 1 of the 2-bin compost setup I have. I can now start using this at any time, which I will shortly. I'm actually gonna need to do a spring mowing in the lawn here pretty soon. So I'll use the green grass to put in here. I'll start adding some browns and all that kind of stuff. I'll start getting a pile going. But this is it for today. We built the 2-bin system. Like I said, it's gonna be really easy. Get yourself some reclaimed pallets, screw them together really good. You wanna make sure they don't fall and hurt anybody. And then if you want to, this is just something I'm doing, you can add some cardboard, you know what I mean? All right, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. As always, keep gardening, keep learning, and have fun.